Welcome to the family, buddy. Sister. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for coming. We do have some amazing drinks on the menu. We have some amazing food here. Thank you so much. Give it up for Overseas Sicilian for hosting us today. Yes. And without further ado, our next comic has performed all over DMV. This man is absolutely hysterical. Give it up for the one and only Lord Isaac!
It's just enough people here for me to do well, but not enough where I matter your opinions. I'm kidding. Y'all been together 50 years? Like, when y'all argue, you just end up doing the thing you were arguing about afterwards, right? See? They were together long enough where they were landline, then cell phone, then computer, and they're still together. Like, they just got married. Their relationship can end on a screenshot. That's a misdemeanor at best. That's a weird way for a relationship to end. You were talking to another person? No. What is this? That's a photo. That's not talking. Man, but dating used to suck. Like, it used to be fun when everybody was like, you just had to like them. Turns out, like, for the last 5 years, people have just been going out on hope. And now we have to hear about everyone's tragic stories like world's wildest police chases. And then we went to Arby's. Ugh. I'm just saying, it's the first date. Why I gotta spend all my money? You're a complete stranger. What are you better than Cheesecake Factory is where you take your mistress, one. So what, are you better than a mistress? No. Two, I'm paying. If you don't like the date, you can just say no. We keep forgetting that's an option. Everybody just goes out on the date sucks, and now they're filming it for TikTok. Talking about all the stuff they put up with, only when the bill comes. Now I get it, it's really weird when guys ask for sex and you left sex at home. It's weird to ask for that after you get food, like, oh, this was a great meal. What is that under the table? You don't want that, I get that. Guys are creepy, not all of us, but enough of us. We're not gonna sit here and pretend that we have been great. History is based on the times we just did stuff because we could. But that doesn't mean that y'all can't be wrong either, ladies, I'm sorry. I mean, the first two will give you, but after that, those are your bad decisions. Talking about we picked the wrong men. Yes, you did. That can happen. I'm sorry, it feels like it only happened to you. It happens to everyone. You have to learn, like, think about it. No one ever stepped outside their comfort zone and got pregnant. It's always been someone you thought it was good. You dating off potential, that's losers. Don't date for potential. Date for resources at this point, because let's be real. Do you have the potential to pay the light bill, or would you rather have it paid? One or the other. That's not gold digging at that point. Don't date for hope. That's only gonna make you mad. I remember I went on a blind date. She informed me that she was an atheist, but she also had low self-esteem. So I just asked her, you don't even believe in you. You counted Manny's arm. You can laugh at these terrible jokes now. And if you didn't laugh, I know where you were January 6th. Now, anybody not looking forward to the election, like, it's okay if you really don't watch. Thank you. She is like, I'm sick of it. We have literally narrowed it down to the one that should be in jail and the one that fell off a stationary bike. Those are the only options? Remember in 2016, everyone had a chance? They had a black one, they had 3 women, there was an Indian. That's also this year. They just got rid of him quick. What does Trump know that they just keep going, well, we need him in the office? This man is like a cult leader. During one of his trials, which I'll get to in a second, one of his one of his supporters set themselves on fire, and that wasn't even the news. On fire, extra crispy, let's hear about the trial. And the trial is weirder. One of his many trials is not that he slept with a porn star, not that he paid a porn star. How did he get the money is the reason for the trial. But it's already scary enough as it is. Guys, think about it. Think about the last time you had sex with. And now she gets to tell 12 people about it. Scary, isn't it? I'd still only count for 2 to avoid that. Even if I was good, what if she's just mad at me at that Anybody can Google that. Like, I heard in court you were mid. She was lying, I don't understand. I swear to God, you perjured yourself. I love this place. It's like the ex-wife got to design it, and the husband's like, well, I'm putting the beer in the back. This is the first time I actually saw this actually shift colors. It was just blue the last time I was here. And now I just thought, man, these drinks really kicked in. Because, yeah, she's wooing. These are very dangerous drinks. Y'all just smiling. It's very much. These drinks aren't like normal drinks. I usually have drinks in the city where they try to charge you for a double or they have an attitude about it. Theirs is on tap. They're just giving it away. I'm like, let me get this orange crush. And then I woke up in my trunk with my keys and the check in my hand. That was the most responsible thing I ever did during blackout. Oh, man. I'm sick of Diddy. I mean, I've always been, but then since white people found out about him, I have to be more sick of him. And then they dropped that video, unfortunately, of him running through the town. I'm not going to go into the part that's disturbing. I'm going to get to the part of what socks was he wearing? Because he got grip on hot. Have you ever run down a hallway of a hotel ever in your towel? There's never a good reason for it, is there? There's never a responsible adult reason for you to run out of your room in a towel. Even in a fire, you can find underwear. And then they just held on to it. It's like every time something terrible happens, everyone else just starts digging up all the other stuff like that makes them better for being terrible. Like how everyone always says, we always leave Diddy parties early. How do you know when to leave? The only way you can know when to leave Diddy's parties early is when you stay too long. Take that, take that. All his ad-libs is just him confessing about it now at this point. And the weirdest part is that when he paid that money to that woman, that one of the things he promised her when they were together was a 12-album deal. No one in the history of Biggie only has 5 compilation albums, and he died. No one in Bad Boy has 12. Boys in the Hood had 2, which is one more than I knew about before Googling. And everyone in Bad Boy is doing worse than the guy that's signing it. If a McDonald's sold you subpar food for 15 years, they would have shut that place down, not get more money. If the ice cream machine is broke everywhere you go, wouldn't you stop asking for ice cream at that place? These jokes work, yay. I mean, the worst thing you can do is leave. So, you're here tonight with me. Now, I know some of you came in. I didn't come to see you. Oh, you're Mike's sister, right? I took a guess. Did they ever get annoying, you the older sister? Young guard. Did it just get annoying you walking around the house and young Mike just pulling rabbits out of laundry hampers? Just, if you ask me to pick another car, every time it's just time to do chores, you're opening up doors and closets like, no, don't do this up here again. But that's always fun. It's good to have family to support you in your endeavors. Mine would be here, but they can't legally drive. You ever see somebody with a DUI to the point where they start adding accessories to your life? You know that thing they put in your car where you have to blow? It's a breathalyzer ignition thing, where you have to pay for that, by the way, where you have to blow on this to drive. My uncle would always invite me to go along on trips, and I'm thinking that this is bonding. No, it's just to use me for my blood alcohol tolerance. He's like, hurry up, I gotta get back to the show. Like, what is this one? Why do I gotta do this? Did you know Maryland is one of 19 states where you can get pulled over for a DUI even on a bike? Not vroom vroom, vling vling. Do you know how embarrassing, man, do you know how embarrassing it is to get pulled over for a DUI on a bike, a girl's bike with a matching helmet? I had to pull over on the sidewalk, taxes flying, this little kickstand up. Asking me them same ridiculous questions. Do you know how fast you were going? I don't know, 5, 6? So I took the breathalyzer test, I passed the breathalyzer test, and I hit a wheelie on the way out. The moral of that story is he didn't have the breathalyzer that could test for cocaine. Now, did you know those existed? They do. Don't just worry about it. I'm gonna give you one last joke before we get on to the reason you all came here. I mean, it's probably one of the reasons they came here, right?
Yeah.
You did tell them I was gonna be here.
Yeah.
They didn't just find out now, right?
No.
It's like I didn't come.
I got you.
How many of y'all remember Home Alone? Classic Home Alone, right? That heartwarming story where the family took 2 vacations and CPS didn't make 1 trip. And it was weird because think about how messed up that movie is. They took their children, their in-laws' children, made it to an airport, made it through baggage claim, got on the plane, and didn't remember Kevin. And then in New York, they just left him with his dad's credit card, which is just a white fantasy. I grew up in a black home. My mother took the purse in the bathroom with her. And then the worst part about it is, like, the black version of Home Alone is losing Isaiah. So there's that. But then again, any movie where Halle Berry has kids is losing Isaiah. She's a terrible mother, only in films. No, the absolute, you can ooh and ah, it's true. You can Google it, IMDb it. Any movie she has kids is terrible. Losing Isaiah, don't pull the rope, whoops. The fact that it was choking made me feel good about it. That's a terrible reason. You're fine, right? Good. He didn't answer, I just assumed he did. My name is Isaac M. You can follow me on Instagram at Heal365. I thank you all for coming out. Don't worry, we got plenty more show where this came from. If you didn't laugh, well. My drinks kicked in, so it doesn't really truly matter at all. Thank you all and good night.
It's time for the greatest magician of all time. That's right, the man